Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Today we're setting up November in my Happynichi Skinny Classic Planner, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I'm keeping this cover for November. This is something I've used last year. It's something that I've made. It used to be in my shop by way of when I had a shop, but that's on vacation mode and more than likely will be on vacation mode for the rest of the year. I don't know. But I like it. I don't really need it since this will be staying home and I don't need this to be super portable or protect the discs, but I do like the look of it. And so we're gonna keep this for November. December might be something different, depends on what I find. And I should have started with this. It's probably gonna be a long video because I do want to get a lot accomplished in this video. So in the pinned comment, as well as in the description box, I'll have all of the different sections of what we're going to be working on. So let me just do a quick overview of what I've done so far to prepare for this video. So this probably like, yeah, you got paper. Well, no, not quite. So I've got this stack here. I've shown you this before. I'm sorry for the glare, but I have all of these loose washi stickers and I've pulled some out, and that's what is in here that I think I might use for this month. This is one of the cards that came with the stickers that basically show you all the different stickers, but I thought this might be useful and I might actually be able to tear it apart so it's not so thick. Yeah, so I can do that, so that's good. And just to keep it all together, I'm gonna keep it in here. So I'm gonna put this away. In here is where I've been keeping all of the scraps, and I'm going to continue to do so. I have this right in the shelving right above me, so as I make videos and do whatnot, I can just pull this out. Again, sorry for the glare. This is a Midori cover that's for the A5 Stology that I have. It's the extra one, and it's just easy enough for me to slide in and out, and it does keep all of my paper scraps. And you're like, well, what paper scraps are you referring to, Johanna? Well, we've got several different paper scraps. Now, I did purchase some vellum paper. So here's this big stack right here. Now, everything else I had in my stash, but because I loved using vellum in my Stology, I wanted to get more because I actually don't have much. And so I got the Wallflower one from Tim Holtz from Amazon. If it is still available, I will go ahead and link it below. You guys know I have been living for the browns and the vintage, and it is basically all of that and more. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. And there are 18 papers, and the way that it looks, and I don't know if you can see this in frame, but you've got all 12 by 12 individual pages, and then it sort of collages those pages into little pages. So for instance, something like this. This is just little pieces of parts of all of the previous pages. And so you can certainly use this if you wanted to just have something like a 6 by 6, which I think that is. The one I showed you, I think, is 3 by 4. And then you've got these 12 by 12 pages, but I'll show you how I have cut them down in just a minute. I've used quite a bit of the pages from this. This is a double-sided paper pad. I believe I got this from Joann's. So if I can't find this in Amazon as an affiliate link, then I'll see if Joann's still has this, because you guys know I love just this old vintagey style, and writing on a paper like this, it gets me in all the feels. It really does. And so I've used a lot of this here. Let me put this away. I used one sheet from here, and I'll show you. And this one is the Riverbank Premium Collection from Hackney Company, and this is from the Craft Consortium. And it's really pretty paper. It's the same company as the Bees paper pad that I have. Now, I bought all these paper pads with the intention of making covers for my Etsy shop. So these are all things that I had in stash. Oh, isn't that pretty? Sorry, I don't mean to get distracted. But it's really beautiful, although I'm pretty sure I got this from Joann's, and I want to say this was like $25. Yeah, that's a lot of money for paper, but it was just so pretty. And some of them do have like a pearl finish. It's a nice weight, not too thin, not too thick, and definitely would make a nice cover. Again, that's why I purchased it. So I just pulled that from my stash. This I actually have had for quite some time, if not 2 years, very close to that. In fact, it is nearly done. I only have this page right here, which is sort of a fluffy accent page. I'm not exactly sure how to use this. I've got a page of stickers. I've got, I think, 2 more pages of the actual scrapbook paper, which is only one-sided. And then this is the other stash of vellum that I had on hand before I picked up the Tim Holtz, because the other stash of vellum I had, I cut for my Stology. But these colors, I'm definitely going to use more in the spring, so I'm just going to hold on to this. But this Dear Lizzie one, oh, so pretty. So what have I done with all of this? Well, I cut down some of this, and again, sorry for the glare, but this is the big sized Happy Planner paper. And if you use a big sized Happy Planner paper, you can actually get 2 Skinny Classic sizes from there. So I kept one with the rainbow, and then there's that one right there, and then there's just a little bit of paper to discard, and then I actually kept the bottom piece. So you get a lot of bang for your buck if you're cutting your own paper. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want a border. Now I have this, and that would have been so cool if I had my timing right so that I can just like magic, but I had to look for it. This right here. So again, sorry for the glare. It is dot grid paper. It's actually the same color dot grid as this. And I will keep this on reserve, again, in my stash. I literally just found it the other day while I was cleaning up. But for this month, I thought that would be too much of a distraction. And so because I have quite a bit of big Happy Planner paper on hand, I'll just cut down my own. I'll just punch it because I had to punch the other paper. But again, you might see this in the future where I can incorporate this more into the month. Now these I don't plan on using this month, so I have a whole bunch of these right here. And the reason why it's stacked the way it is right now is because if you try to punch vellum on the Happy Planner punch, it's not going to go well. But if you sandwich it between 2 other pieces of paper, then it works just fine. Sorry. Talking and sorting and doing the things, you know how that goes for me. And so that's what I've done here. Although I think I punched this on the wrong side. And I also didn't punch it correctly because I don't know if you can see it, but it's much more shallow there than it is here. So that's going to be a problem, but it's not really going to be a problem. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. And then this is just paper. And so this is the paper from that really expensive one I told you. I already forgot the name of it. But I thought that would be really good for November, kind of fallish, although I'm not really going to lean into the fall. I like the colors of it. And then all of these are from that other paper pad, the preserved paper, and all of this is double-sided. And so I just cut this down to 9 1/4 by 4 1/8. I believe is the size for a Skinny Classic note paper. And then I just have all of those. And you can tell what pages go together, sometimes not so much by the front, but definitely by the back. And so I'm going to put all of these into my Happynichi. And the way that I punched it was specific because the tops and the bottoms don't match. So I want to make sure that I put them all in the same way so that even though they don't match, they all don't match the same. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. That makes sense to me. All right, so let me get this situated, clear my desk a little, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you might be wondering what it is we're doing. Well, I'm setting up November, as I said in the intro, and so I'm actually going to take out September. I haven't done that yet. Quick flip through of what we did last month, and then I'm just going to store this with the others that I have because I do like to look at these. This is October. We're not done with it yet, so we're just going to leave it as is, and I'll probably leave it until the end of November. I don't know how big this is going to be. This is on classic discs right now, and so I'd like to keep 2 months in just because I like looking at my previous work, but we shall see how big it gets because I am changing some of the functionality of this. This I will finish writing in at the end of the month, and then again a quick flip through of how this has gone so far. Now, I thought I would be filming this yesterday, but it's actually Thursday the 29th after work. I just sort of fudded around, and by the time I'm like, you know what, I should do a video, it was like 11. I'm like, you know what, you should go to bed. And so that's what I did. So it is Thursday the 29th. I do have my plans for tomorrow afternoon and maybe even during my lunch break, and then I'm not sure what's going on here for the summary of the month. I will be doing that. And so what we're going to be doing for this month is setting up the beginning, which will look similar to what we've done, but what I'm going to try to do is make a hybrid between what I've done here, where we do a monthly overview like this, and we do weeklies, maybe not like this, but then we also incorporate elements of this and bringing these two things in together. And so it's going to incorporate my buddy read and my thoughts in and out and the word of the day and ideas and all of the journaling that I want to do, and see if I can actually work this into just one thing versus having two things. Because for this weekly, it is typically sort of a mishmash of things that go in here and things that go in my work planner. And so if I can just make all of the things here, I think that makes more sense. At least it does in my brain for now. We'll see how it actually goes. Now, the way that I've layered this right now is I've got all of the vellum, and then all of the scrapbooking paper, and then all of the regular paper. And then back here, divided by this, I've got a Mrs. Darcy challenge that I am failing at miserably, but that's okay. I do have the comments from the past month that I will keep with the month. And then I have some extra paper back here, and that's pretty much all that's in here. Everything else that was in here I have taken out and will store accordingly. So, first order of business is to choose our cover page. And again, I'd like something that's kind of fallish by way of warm tones and browns and things, but I am not leaning into the fall, at least not by way of the paper. That does lead a little bit more springy to me, but I think we can still work with it. I actually am leaning towards this one, this one right here. And so let's sort of map this out. And we've got this pinky color. And like we did for October, I don't want the 2 pages to match. And so this would be the monthly and the buddy read. And then this we could do thoughts in and thoughts out. And I'm going to forget that. I know me. So let me write this down. This one's not good because it's a weird size. I mean, I love it. I use it all the time. The size I'd want is this, but it's got writing. So we'll use this. And this is monthly overview and buddy read. And this is thoughts in and out. And I want something that I can cover up, or that I don't mind it being covered up. So this here, because that's going to be the word of the day. And for me, the word of the day is sort of like my mood tracker. I think when I see mood trackers anywhere, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, whatever, it usually encompasses an emoji, and sometimes that emoji will not be sufficient to encompass my mood for the day or the predominant mood for the day. And so I like finding a word that does that. To me, it just seems better. Now, I do kind of want to incorporate these girl stickers back into it. They don't match. This is very modern cartoony and this is very vintage. So I'm still thinking about that because I love seeing this. And this might be something that we do for December where we use that other paper, we use more colors. I don't know. But yeah, I like using the two in conjunction. The girl sticker just because I think it's super cute, but also a word of the day. But that's what this will be as a 2-page spread. And then for this, we'll do ideas for videos for this channel and my other channel, as well as what works and what doesn't. And we can, I think those two look really stunning. Okay. And then this would actually be our first week of planning, but we're going to do that for the Nichi Saturday video that we'll be filming tomorrow. So this is what works and what doesn't. And I like having that, and in my bullet journal system, I would put that at the end of the month. But I think if I have something waiting for me at the beginning of the month, then I don't have to sort of think about it in retrospective. I can actually write it down as it occurs to me. And then this is ideas. And I still need to go through the ideas I had and bring those in as well. All right, so we've mapped that out. And I'm going to put this away for now. I've got that folder of scrapbook paper to the side of me. And I've got this right here on there. And then this one, it may actually be too bright. And I did want to mention, all of these are cut down to the actual classic sized or skinny classic size paper. This is cut the same height, 9 1/4, but only 4 inches wide, so that I wouldn't waste any of my vellum paper because, you know, it's a little pricey for just being an accent. So I want to make sure I get as much bang for my buck as I can. So I'll put that to the side. I'll put this to the side. And then for this one, and I've just pulled various botanicals and things. But I think we'll do just a very light embellishment here. And then I will pull out my fall sticker book that my friend Val had sent to me, which is this one right here, because it says Hello November, and I actually really love those colors. Right, we're going in November. I'm like, wait, okay. Because it looks like it was just made for that. Oh, that's so pretty. Guys, look at us doing things. Okay. Now I love these stickers, but I hate them too. Now some of these I have been able to find again. So again, anything that I can source via Amazon, I will link below. But if I can't, because some of this is a bit old, I'm sorry. Because this isn't really, or my videos aren't ever really about, oh, you need all this stuff. It's more about, hey, go through your stuff, see what you have, and then play with it and see what you come up with. That's more of what I'm hoping you guys get from my videos. Not all the, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. But inevitably, I do get someone who asks me, hey, where'd you get that? And it's just easier for me to put it in the video while I'm doing the editing in the beginning than having to find it later on. That is gorgeous. I know I'm setting myself up for failure. I know that. But that's so pretty. Look, guys, we're doing stuff. Okay, I kind of want to do this give thanks up here, but I also kind of want to leave well enough alone. Now, I do need to make a tab. And we've got that little bit of paper right there. And so that will be fine. Going to cut a piece off and then fold it. And just to be fancy, because we can, I'm just going to round the edges. Okay. I don't think we need all of that. So I put double-sided tape. This thing feels really tiny and my hands feel really big, and so I feel really awkward right now. Okay, well that's where that's gonna go. Okay. And I'm going to use October from the dates and holidays. Now, if I were that girl, I would have made sure that this is wide enough for that. But I think we have determined that I am not that girl. And so, yeah, we're just gonna hope. We're gonna hope for the best. And just put that on that side. Well, that looks legit, not gonna lie. Now let's hope we can find an October that's small enough to go there. Okay, I think that other page will fit. That one definitely will not. This one will fit, I think. Although, would have liked a prettier font. Guys, look, we have been saved by Lux Clever Crafts. Look how pretty that is. And I think they sent this to me as a freebie. No, I think this one works the best. Oh, look, look guys, look. Okay, well, stop looking. There's nothing to see here, nothing to see. Goodness. We put one sticker down and we feel like we're that girl. Okay, legit. Good, done. Okay, so this goes in here, and I could reinvent the wheel, but who's gonna do that? Not I. So I'm gonna take one of these that I purchased for the Stology, and I'm only using the white ones in the Stology as well as the white tabs. And so we can choose one of these. I'm leaning towards that one, although I do like that green. But I think if we're going to continue this on a monthly basis, this would be a little bit more consistent. So going to take this out. Now the scale is not great, not gonna lie. But having handwritten these monthly calendars before, I can tell you that I can make this bigger. And I know you're gonna be like, that's not how the life works. No, I totally can make this bigger. In fact, I'll put that on the wall and I'll show you how I can make that bigger. But I hate writing things out. I mean, especially if I don't need to. Okay, so we've got this right here. And that's a map of someplace. So we'll cut some of this one off. Okay, and we will stick this down, try to be a little organized. Although that's kind of cute too. No, but the text doesn't match, or it clashes. So that's Norway, so that's water, so that's up and down. Okay. We're having fun, guys. I have decided that that's really how I'm just gonna approach these. I know the videos are gonna be long, and depending on how long, I might have to split it up in two. I like long videos, not so much in the making because that also takes me a ton of time to edit, but I like watching long videos because I generally, when I watch YouTube, I am doing other things by way of playing games or writing or just, you know, listening to it and then occasionally looking up and seeing what's going on the screen. And I like that. I feel like I'm just hanging out with the people that I'm listening to. But I know, you know, I want to be cognizant of your time, and so I don't want them to be super long. And so, yeah. Okay. That actually looks kind of cute. I don't know why I sound so surprised, but it's a little surprising, guys. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I think we need some washi. And I have this one. And that other box that I have is really hard to get to right now. So let's see. No, I'm not loving it. I thought I was super prepared, but I'm not prepared. I've got all these washi samples from my friends, so, but I don't think any of this, or none of this is the vibe that I want to go for. Well, okay, maybe that one, but not for this page. Everything is piled to the side of me. And then over here, I want to do my buddy read with my friend Andy. So let's cut some things. That is so pretty. And we'll cut this here. Hopefully it's in frame for you guys. I kind of like that. I don't like the hinged part. And I know I shouldn't keep these tiny little things, but I mean, look what we did with that one. So, yeah. And I know I was talking about that in another video where I keep all my scraps in death by 1,000 paper cuts. But come on, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Don't judge me. Okay, so I had to get my colorful boxes because I believe I need some boxes. And this is the only one I know that I have. It's just dedicated boxes. I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but the other sticker books, you can find boxes here and there, but it's not what I needed. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I like this, but I think we'll reserve that for something else. And I'll put this down and we'll put some washi. This was sent to me by my friend Andy, which actually is very appropriate because she's the one that I do a buddy read with. And I like the contrast of the white. So we'll do that like that. Do that like that. I think we'll glue this one down. And if you're wondering, I am not trying to recreate last month in my bullet journal, which had a lot of these vintage overtones, but I am really loving these vintage overtones, and I think the color is still appropriate for fall. I live in Hawaii. We don't really get fall, and so I don't feel I have to be super on point with fall. I'm gonna do what I want, but I like the colors. So that's why we're doing this. It just so happens to be that it's very similar to what we did last month. And then I will use stickers. And I think as much as I can, I will try and use the gold or possibly black in this month, just because I don't know that the other colors will go. I know there are other colorful boxes, stickers, or sticker books, but I don't have any of them. And let's see if we can find something to label this. And this is coming out of the fall one. So like if I had a whole bunch of just these in one colorway, I could use that. But when you go into different sticker books, you're pretty much at the mercy of the design style. Because originally I was looking at these, but I don't necessarily want the thing on the thing. I just want the sticker. So yeah, that's why colorful boxes are probably heavily featured. Well, let's see if we can introduce one of these. Makes absolutely no sense. I just like the layered look. Oh, well, I don't want to cover the cherub's face. And so there are 4 predominant weeks. The last week of November is only 2 days. So I think for our buddy read, I'll just have that go into December. And let me move this so I can fit one more sticker in the bottom. And I think for this month, what I will do is just do a summary. Of how our reading went. I'm not doing a summary of the buddy read. That's kind of the buddy read. Or our emails to each other. Okay, so I'll look up the dates and I'll write that down. We've decided to do 5 chapters a week, so I'm pretty sure we're going to finish up Goblet of Fire in either the 1st or 2nd week of November, and then we go right into book number 5, which is, oh God, I'm a bad Harry Potter fan because I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head. It's not the Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not prepared for that right now. All right, so that's done. And then this was going to be Thoughts In, Thoughts Out. And it would be fantastical if we had a long one, but we do not. And that's a little small, so we are going to go to Plan B. Put this up here. All right, so I just took a piece of paper that I had and I cut it down, and I believe this is 3.5 by 5. And the only reason it's that size is I did want it to be between the discs here, and then that's the size of paper I had. So the tallness of it wasn't important so much as the width. And we're going to do a lot of this because even though I really want this to be pretty, I also want it to be functional. This is the last bit of this washi. Put this on the wall and use it on another page. And I don't want to cover all of the page. Because I like the writing. I do think it needs an embellishment. Oh, and there's this one that I found. I can cut it so that I can get just a long stem. So, and then I need to label what this is. And had I been a little bit more on it, now that I see it, I probably would have tea stained this or brought the whiteness down. But again, I mean, it's great if it can be pretty, but I need to write things there. So, you know, I'm not going to be, at least in this first run through, because November is the first time I'm testing this all into this size. There is a little bit more wiggle room when you got a bit of height and a bit of width going on. When you're dealing with something so small, you definitely have to be a little bit more creative about, at least I'm finding, your placement. And again, let's see if we can find a sticker to label this. I'm definitely going to have to go through my sticker books and see if I can find some interesting boxes for the function, because I'm definitely bringing in the decorative aspect, but yeah, the function is where we might be having problems. And so that's what this is here. And I need to remember the buddy reed. Did I throw that out? No, that's another, I must have thrown that away. Okay, I hope I remember, because I don't want to write another one. This is the word of the day. And I'm tempted to put a ton of either gold stickers or black stickers down. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. We would be short one. No, we're just going to write on the page. I might hate that and I might end up covering it up, but until we hit November, I won't know that for certain. Like this page, no problem. Can write on that, no problem. This one, I mean, the black ink will show. I don't know if I'll hate the look of it. But that will be the plan, at least, is to just write directly on the page. And if it becomes problematic, then I'll definitely talk about that in the After the Pen. That doesn't mean we can't do a little bit of embellishment. All right, and that for right now is done. And so this is going to be, I think, yeah, the last two things we're going to do. And this one, I think we can take advantage of this. Again, so we can fully take advantage of the page. And then this one I can cut into two and then do a what works and what doesn't. So let me cut both of these down and I'll be right back. All right, so I put these down. I definitely have to get adhesive on the roller. Now, I know why I bought this, because when I'm working on, or when I was working on items for my shop, this is a lot faster and a lot more economical than using the adhesive in a little plastic thing, because I need so much of it. But when I'm working with this, even though this isn't that small, the pieces of tape that I'm using are really small and my hands are killing me, and I haven't actually been doing that much. And so I definitely have to get more adhesive rollers, which is, yeah, a 5-minute discussion on why I need to do that. But I always thought it was because I was lazy and I just loved the convenience of those things. I didn't remember until working on it right now that it's because it hurts my hands that I have both. Okay, So that actually looks really cute. I was thinking about bringing one of these in, but I love that this actually takes front and center. And so we'll just add something to label what this is. Again, and that's why I don't think any of these colors will work with our scheme, because none of them, even these green ones, fit. They're in the wrong tone, at least to me anyway. And I'll have to see if I have another colorful boxes in my stash. Otherwise, we might have to get creative. Or we had that one. Oh, like I was saying, I might have to get creative with the rest of the month. Okay, so that's what this means. And I'm not doing the lettering now because I just want to get the pages down with you guys. And then for this one, I think we're going to focus on that one. So we're going to cover this guy up, unfortunately. And kind of line that up like that. There was a flower in here that kind of was in that tone. That was the one I was looking for, and it definitely is in the tone, but I think we'll go for that one. I'll have to go back in that plastic thing I have and see if I have more of these. I was generally favoring the black ones, but I think these are really pretty too now that I'm using them. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I lay that down correctly. And I think that just makes a nice pop of color. I think that looks really pretty, to be honest, if I do say so myself. And I think one of these would be fine. This formerly was known as the brain dump. I'll just sort of layer that like that. And that goes there. All right, let me clean this up, put these back on the discs, and I'll bring you right back. Okay, so I don't know how long you guys have been yelling at me, but guess what, guys? It's November. Can you see where the problem is? Can you see it? Because I just saw it when I was putting this back in. And in fact, had I been a little bit more on it, I would have created the tab in a different place like tabs are supposed to be. But I barely can get the right month together. So I'm sorry, this is just going to have to be sacrificed. Oh. Yeah, no, it's going to be sacrificed. I can't put that back on. And I think that one is the smallest. Yeah. And I literally remember I was patting myself on the back for doing this page. I had the month right there, and then I was all like, oh my God, look at us guys, we're being so creative. Sure. All right, so love this page. I'm not going to do anything else to it. This one I might add some more. I don't know how I feel about this. And I mean, this entire paper pad goes together. I love this side. I don't know how I feel about the pink or about the placement. So the next time you see this, this may change. This I love. This, not so much. This is fine. I think I can do more, but I need to find that other washi that I have to add some more embellishment. So again, some of this might change by the time you see this the next time, but it definitely gives us a good bone or bones to work with. And so, cover page, monthly calendar, just because I like to be able to see something in the month. This is going to be the buddy read, the thoughts in and out for the month, and this is more of a gauge of how am I feeling coming into November, and then how am I feeling leaving November. This is going to be the word of the day. Although now that I think about this, I think I could do a word of the day here. And then I think this could be a gratitude page. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more. I love this ledger type paper. And again, these two colors don't look as different to me as these two pages do. And it could be more user error than anything, but we're going to see. We're going to test it out. And then this is our setup, which I think is also very pretty. This is going to be what works. So as I'm going through, so I already have some ideas of what doesn't work and what does work, then I can have just an ongoing list that'll help me for December. And then this is going to be ideas for videos that I want to do for this channel or for my gaming channel. And I also will need to look at my bullet journal because I already started some of that. And then this is, I think, going to be new ideas. I'm not going to carry over any of the ideas I've already had, but I think I will also have a page of, okay, so this is just ideas that I can move from month to month. And for the vellum, I think we can actually go with something a little dark like this. And the reason I cut the vellum down is sort of to be like the tip-in in Thistology. It is sort of an intro to the intro page. That's the only function that it serves. I think this one looks good. It's the browns and the greens and the botanicals that I like. And because this page is light, this one doesn't pull as dark. If something underneath it were darker, then it would look, I think, too dark and maybe more October-y than November-y, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I'm loving the bones of it so far. There definitely will need to be, I think, a little bit of play to go with this. I definitely need to put the labels in, but that will be done off camera. So when I do Nichi Saturday tomorrow, this is where we're going to start. So this will be the week, I think, on a page, and then I'll probably pull some of this blank paper right here to do our dailies on, because again, that's how this is going to change, and then just do embellishment on this. That's how I'm seeing this in my head. It's a work in progress. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think of this so far. I know this really diverges from the Happy Planner scene as you typically know it. This is definitely going to be more of a bullet journal, memory keeper, tracker for me than your traditional Happy Planner gives you the layout they want you to use and you just figure out how to use it. This is definitely customized to me. So if you ever wanted to truly see something Frankenplanned, that's what this is. We are taking bits and bobs of all kinds of things that I had on hand, mostly. I did buy that vellum. And we're putting it together in a way that works for my brain. And I hopefully you guys at least enjoy the process of seeing it come together. It may just make your brain hurt. All right, guys, until next time, thank you for following me on this journey, and aloha.